Blog Talk Radio.
Yo, what's good, what's good, what's good? Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Hope you guys had a nice day yesterday. This is Inspectah Ant with my boy M.Bowden.
What's good, Will? Merry Christmas.
Yeah, today is Football Friday. And today we'll talk about, will this be Tom Coughlin's last game with the Giants, coaching the Giants? Will this be Jay Cutler's last game with the Bears? And who will win the NFC South? We'll talk about all that, man. And Bowden was good with the How was Christmas?
Oh, Christmas was swell, man. Very swell, man.
That's good. That's good. So, we're going to break down all this weekend's football action. This is the last Sunday for the NFL, for the regular season. Regular season ends on Sunday. So we're going to break down the playoffs. Who we think will make the playoffs? Who we think is going to win this weekend's games? And we'll start things off. Oh, yeah, by the way, before I get ahead of myself, you can call 347-267-068 if you want to, rap with us, chat with us. Also, too, you can, go on Blog Talk Radio, and you can look us up at Inspectah Ant _ M.Bowden, and you can rap with us, talk with us, give us your what you think about this weekend's action. So we'll start things off breaking down the playoff scenarios for both conferences. We'll start in the AFC. So in the AFC right now, 7 of the 8 teams in the playoff picture are impacted by this weekend's games. And so they are, the Patriots have clinched the number 1 seed. So this is how the AFC looks like right now. The Patriots are clinched are number 1. The Broncos are number 2. Cincinnati is number 3. Indianapolis is number 4. Pittsburgh is number 5. San Diego is number 6. This is what can go down this weekend. All right. Patriots, they're number 1 regardless. They're going to be the number 1 seed. They're going to have home field advantage. The road to the Super Bowl in the AFC is going to go through New England. Bowden, I know you hate that, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
If Denver beats Oakland, then Denver will be the number 2 seed and it'll get a first-round bye. If Denver loses to Oakland and Cincinnati beats Pittsburgh, Cincinnati will be the number 2 seed and gets a first-round bye. If Pittsburgh beats Cincinnati, then Pittsburgh will be the number 3 seed. If Cincinnati wins, if Cincinnati beats Pittsburgh and Denver beats Oakland, and Cincinnati will be the number 3 seed. And of course, if Cincinnati wins and Denver loses, then Denver will be the number 3 seed. Indianapolis, they're stuck at number 4. They can't move up, can't move down. The loser of the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game will be the number 5 seed. And if San Diego beats Kansas City, San Diego will be the number 6 seed. If Baltimore beats Cleveland and San Diego loses to Kansas City, then Baltimore will be the number 6 seed. If Houston beats Jacksonville and Baltimore loses to Cleveland and San Diego loses to Kansas City, then Houston will get the number 6 seed. And if Kansas City beats San Diego and Baltimore loses to Cleveland and Houston loses to Jacksonville, then Kansas City will be the number 6 seed. And Bowden, before I get you in on here, breaking news for the Kansas City Chiefs, their quarterback Alex Smith lacerated spleen. He is out. He is out for this Sunday's game. And it looks like even if they make it to the playoffs, he's out for the season. So it's going to take about 6 weeks for that thing to heal. So, Bowden, we make up all this. I know it's lots of to handle right now.
Man, it's anybody game right now, man. It's anybody game. So, I always root for the underdogs. I hope Oakland do their thing. The Bengals, I don't really care for them, but you know what I'm saying? I know they do their thing too, but I'm really going for Oakland this year. See what Oakland
ain't making Oakland in the playoffs right now. Oakland, they're just playing spoilers right now. They're trying to mess things up for Denver. Who do you think will get that number that 6 seed? Is it going to be San Diego, Baltimore, Kansas City, or Houston?
I think San Diego might pull it off.
I think so too, man. Especially since Kansas City, Alex Smith is out. Man, looks like everything might be set up for San Diego. Looks like San Diego might get in there. All right, let's break down the NFC. In the NFC, things are a lot more situated. Right now, everybody pretty much in the NFC, the 6 teams are in. Right now, they're just playing for seeding. So this is what's at stake this Sunday for the NFC. If Seattle wins this Sunday, if Seattle beats St. Louis on Sunday, Seattle will clinch the number 1 seed. Will have home field advantage, which means the road to the Super Bowl will go through Seattle. If Seattle loses and Green Bay beats Detroit, then Green Bay will have the number 1 seed, and they'll get home field advantage. If Seattle loses and Detroit wins and Detroit beats Green Bay, then Detroit will be the number 1 seed. And if Seattle loses and Arizona wins, then Arizona will have the number 1 seed. To the back, if Seattle loses and if Green Bay and Detroit end in a tie, then Arizona will have the number 1 seed. If Detroit wins, they'll have the number 2 seed in the first round bye. If Green Bay wins, they'll have the number 2 seed in the first round bye. Detroit and Green Bay, they play each other. If Green Bay and Detroit end in a tie for whatever reason, it could happen. It's a slim chance it won't happen, but it could happen. Dallas will get the number 2 seed in the first round bye. And, yes, that's what I say. Dallas right now, they'll get the number 3 seed. If Seattle loses and Dallas wins, or Arizona, if Arizona and Seattle loses and Dallas wins and Seattle get that number 3 seed. But right now it looks like Dallas pretty much stuck at number 3. They can't really move up. The number 4 seed will go to the winner of Carolina and Atlanta. And then the number 5 seed will go to either Arizona or Seattle. And then the number 6 seed will go to the loser between Green Bay and Detroit. So this is what it looks like right now for the NFC. Seattle's number 1, Detroit's number 2, Dallas number 3, Carolina number 4, Arizona number 5, Green Bay number 6. So, Bow, what do you think about the NFC picture so far? You think anybody has a chance to knock off Seattle for that number 1 seed?
Goddamn Dallas Cowboys! Like I'm gonna say,
they really don't have a chance. They have a chance. There's a chance at number 2 seed. So the number 1 seed come down to Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay, or Arizona. I think Seattle will get that number 1 seed because they got a very easy opponent with St. Louis. Even though St. Louis does play them tough, but I think Seattle will get it done.
St. Louis.
Yeah, they play St. Louis. So Seattle has to win to get that number 1 spot.
Well, let's see. When the game? Monday night or Sunday night?
Sunday. All the games will be on Sunday. No Monday night game this week. As we get ready for the playoffs. So now let's break it down. Break it down, baby. break down this NFL coverage. And again, if you guys want to contribute to the show, you can call in at 347-826-7068. Now it's time to give you guys our predictions for the week. Last week, man, I think we're pretty much even. Bowden, you did call a couple upsets. You did say Oakland would beat Buffalo. You got that. You were right. You were right when you said Cincinnati was going to beat Denver. You got that. But the one that none of us got was we both picked Philadelphia to beat Washington. We both got that one wrong.
Yeah.
For the most part, man, we picked the same games except for those 3. Well, except for those 2, man. You beat me on those 2. So let's break down, this week's games and see what we can do. There's some games that are some games are more important, and some games that not as important. You know, certain teams that are not going to make the playoffs are playing each other this week. A lot of questions. You know, we talk about, you know, the New York Giants. Tom Coughlin's been there for 11 years, won 2 Super Bowls, and there's a rumor, man, he might get let go. Is this his last game? You know, is this going to be his last game coaching the Giants? You know, Jim Harbaugh, he's most likely going to get fired, which sounds ridiculous since he took the 49ers, pretty much changed around that whole entire organization. But it looks like he might, it looks like he is going to get fired. Ain't no question about that. He's most definitely going to get fired. But the question is, where is he going to go? Is he going to go to University of Michigan, or is he going to stay in the NFL? What do you think about that?
You know, I believe he might stay in the NFL. If I was him, I'd stay in the NFL to get that money, you know.
Yeah, I agree. But as we talked about on Monday, man, Michigan is throwing $48 million at his ass, man. That's hard to turn down.
Yeah, but you know, at the same time, you know, I mean, it's all on the player. It's all on him. And it's all on how he feels about the situation. You know, at the end of the day, you know, if I was him, I go ahead and keep doing what I passionately love to do. You know, opportunities like that don't come up all the time.
Yeah, man. So here's a guy, you know, who had a chance to win the Super Bowl just 2 years ago, and unfortunately, man, things, you know, he lost to his brother in Baltimore, brother coach of the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore beat him in the Super Bowl. But I think he stays in the NFL too, man. I think he's gonna try to at least, you know, try to win at least one Super Bowl before he goes ahead and go. You know, to me, win a Super Bowl, man. I mean, because when you coach in the NFL, that's the highest level you can go, man. Why would you want to go backwards?
Yeah. I mean, right now in his life, money shouldn't even be an objective. It should be just, you know, straight passion. You know, so, you know, when you're on that type of level, you know what I'm saying, money, in my mind, you know, you already got your cool million. You know, once you get your first million, you end up. You know, it's all about what you're passionate about now. You know, if you're passionate about, you know, reaching out to kids and, you know, getting them on that higher level, then, hey, go for it. But still feel you got that drive to do your thing that you were doing before, then, hey, go for it. You know, all power to you. You know, you got left and right hand, and all work the same body, you know. So either choice you make, it's going to be a good choice.
I agree. All right, so now let's we'll break down our predictions for the week. We'll start off with the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Houston Texans. Houston's a 10-point favorite. Jacksonville, they've been playing okay. They've been competitive. They're still a bad team, 3-12 on the year. Houston needs to win this game to at least try to get into the playoffs. I tell you, I don't know if Houston will cover the spread. 10 points is a lot. I think if I was to bet on this game, I'd take Jacksonville plus the points. But I think Houston's going to win. What do you think, Bowden?
I'm going for Jacksonville.
Oh, you think Jacksonville's going to put up the upset?
Oh, yeah.
Ruin Houston's season.
Yeah. Jacksonville.
You look at it, yeah. So you think Jacksonville go in there and be like, shoot, if we ain't going to the playoffs, you ain't going to the playoffs.
That's right. I'm going for Jacksonville on that one, guys.
Going Jacksonville. Our next game, we got Indianapolis Colts at the Tennessee Titans. This is an interesting game. Indianapolis has nothing to play for, so the question is, should Chuck Pagano rest his players? And then if you're a Tennessee fan, you want Tennessee to lose this game because you still have a chance to get the number one pick in the draft. Indianapolis is 7-point favorites. If I was to bet on this game, I'll take the Colts plus the points. I think I don't care who plays quarterback, whether it's Matt Hasselbeck or Andrew Luck. I think Colts beat Tennessee regardless because they've already packed it in. I'm taking the Colts. What you think, Bowden?
I think I'm gonna go with the Colts. Because I haven't heard too much about the Titans this year, so I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Yeah, ain't nobody heard too much about the Titans this year because they ain't done nothing.
When I think of the Titans, I think about my boy Eddie George. I think about, you know what I'm saying, back in what, 2000?
Yeah, Steve McNair.
Yeah, I think.
99, 2000, when it went to 99 when it went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the last time I heard Firecrackers, so, you know what I'm saying, I ain't heard them from the Titans in many years, so, you know, I'm going to go with the Colts.
So we both agree on that one. All right, the next game, we got the Cleveland Browns with the Baltimore Ravens. Again, Cleveland playing with the third-string quarterback. Baltimore, they need this game, especially after the disappointment they had last week. They just, I don't know, didn't even show up against Houston last week. I think Baltimore 13-point favorites. I think Baltimore beats them by 20. This game's not even going to be close. I think Baltimore's going to win this game. And again, if you're going to bet on this game, I take the Ravens and the 13 points. Baltimore wins in a blowout, in my opinion, as they need this game to try to get into the playoffs. What about you, Bal?
If Ray Lewis anywhere in that stadium, the Ravens gonna win. I'm going for Ray Lewis. I'm going for even though you don't play no more, I'm going for the Ravens this time because you know Ray Lewis gonna give him a little
speech. They got the trophy. They got the trophy. But they got the statue of Ray Lewis in front of the stadium.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, if he anywhere in that stadium, you know in the locker room somewhere he giving that crazy speech. They got it. It's a win. It's a win-win situation with the Ravens. So I'm going for the Ravens.
All right, next up, we got the Buffalo Bills versus New England Patriots. New England 5-point favorites. And again, same thing with the Colts game. There's questions, should Bill Belichick rest his players for the playoffs? I think he's going to go ahead and play him because, again, New England's going to play for the number one seed, regardless of what happens in this game. Buffalo, again, nothing to play for. They're already out of playoff contention. Buffalo has lost 22 out of the last 23 games against New England. I think New England makes it 23 out of the last 24. I'm taking the Patriots to win this game.
Just because I hate the Patriots, I'm going for Buffalo.
Going for Buffalo. You're going for the upset, huh?
Yes, sir. Patriots. I can't stand the Patriots, but I'm going with my heart, man. And, Patriots. Man, I can't stand them Patriots, man. You remember them years they won it back to back like that?
Yeah, hard it's been 10 years since they last won the Super Bowl.
I'm still scarred about it.
Next game, we got the Patriots rivals, the New York Jets, at the Miami Dolphins. Miami 6-point favorites. If I was to bet on this game, I'll take New York and the points, but I'm taking Miami to win this game. Again, this game's not important. New York is the same situation Tennessee is. They need to lose so they have a chance at the number one draft pick. Miami, they're eliminated playoff contention, but I think Miami wins this game. Who are you taking?
I'm going to go with the Jets.
So you think the Jets are going to win their last game with Coach Rex Ryan, as everybody thinks that he's going to get fired at the end of the season. But I'm taking Miami and the Jets. They suck. They stink. Rex Ryan's going to get fired. They need to get rid of that damn quarterback, Geno Smith. He ain't nothing. And Michael Vick, he don't even want to be there. The GM probably going to get fired. It's going to be cleaning house. Talking about cleaning house, the next about the Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota 6-point favorites. Jay Cutler, will he not get traded? It might be hard to trade him because the Bears own $25 million next year. So I don't think anybody wants to pick that contract off the books. Mark Trestman, the coach of the Bears, he might get fired on Monday. A lot of things might go on. Minnesota 6-point favorites. Chicago's beaten Minnesota 9 out of the last 10 times they played. But I think Minnesota's going to win this game. And if the Bears, it's hard to know. If I was a bettor, I wouldn't even touch this game, but I'm taking Minnesota. I think they'll win this game. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Chicago.
So you think Chicago ends the season on a high note? All right, next game. This game is probably the most important game of the weekend, or one of the most important games of the weekend. San Diego Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. As we talked about earlier, Alex Smith is out with a lacerated spleen, out for the season. Both teams need to win this game to have a chance to make it to the playoffs. San Diego, they win, they're in. Kansas City, they need a win and need some help. Because of the Alex Smith news, Kansas City is 1-point favorites. So I'll take San Diego as a bet. I'll take San Diego and the points. And I think San Diego's going to win this game. I think San Diego's going to go to the playoffs. Bal, you think San Diego going to win, or you going to take the upset?
I'm going to go with San Diego on this one.
So we both agreed San Diego's going to the playoffs.
Right.
All right, another game that has nothing to do with anything. Philadelphia Eagles, who pretty much pissed away their season last Saturday by losing to the Redskins. They now lost 3 games in a row. The Giants, they've won 3 games, and the Giants have actually won 3 in a row. A little too late for them. They're hitting their stride late in the season, but they've been out of the playoffs. The Giants are 3-point favorites. I think the Giants get the win. I think Tom Coughlin goes out on a high note. Again, there's a chance he may or may not, I won't say get fired, but he may not leave. He is getting up there in age. Oldest coach in the NFL, won 2 Super Bowls. But I think the Giants are winning for him, and I'm taking the Giants to beat the Eagles.
Giants. I'm going for the Giants.
Yeah, actually, we have went to college with somebody. He's a Giants fan. All right, next game, Dallas Cowboys at the Washington Redskins. Cowboys, same situation as the Patriots in the cold. This is really a meaningless game for them, so the question is, should they rest their players for the playoffs? Honestly, I think they should. Tony Romo got a bad back and a broken rib. DeMarco Murray, the best running back in the NFL right now, broken hand. I say you just rest them, get them ready for the playoffs. This game doesn't matter. For the Redskins, they're 6-point underdog. I'll take as a bettor. I'll take the Redskins plus the points. Even though I think Dallas should rest their starters, I still think Dallas is good enough to beat Washington, even with their backups. I'm taking Dallas.
Oh yeah, how about them Cowboys? I'm a Cowboy fan to the heart. Going for Dallas. Yes.
Yeah, we unbiased Cowboys fans here.
Yeah.
Unbiased. Next game, again, a meaningless game. New Orleans Saints versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Saints 4-point favorites. The Saints have won 3 games in a row at Saints on the road. Saints this year have actually played better on the road than they have at home, surprisingly. Tampa Bay, if they lose, they clinch the number 1 pick. And I think Tampa Bay wants that number 1 pick, so they want Marcus Mariota out of Oregon, the Heisman Trophy winner. I'm taking the Saints.
I'm going to go for Tampa Bay. I can't stand the Saints. Fuck them. I'm going for the Tampa Bay.
I'm taking Tampa Bay, but I think Tampa Bay is going to try to lose this game on purpose.
On purpose.
They need their number 1 draft pick. They want their number 1 draft pick.
Yeah.
All right. And then this is probably the biggest game of the weekend. The winner of this game will win the North, and they'll clinch a first-round bye. Green Bay versus Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay 8-point favorites. As a bettor, I'll probably take Detroit plus the points. I don't think Green Bay will blow them out. And you know what? I know Detroit hasn't beaten Green Bay. I know Detroit hasn't won in Green Bay since 1991. That's the last time they won at Lambeau Field. 1991. That's a long-ass time. I was 4 years old the last time Detroit won at Green Bay. I think Detroit, they exercise some demons. I think they get it done. They get the upset. They win the North. I'm taking Detroit.
Green Bay a hard team, man. That's a hard team because, them boys are tough, man, offense and defense. So I'm going to go for Green Bay. Playing in that cold weather, man. That cold weather with that no sleeves or shirt, man, them boys are tough, man.
Yeah, just like, you're like Detroit. You're like Detroit ain't a cold city.
Yeah, it's a cold city, too, but I'm going to go for Green Bay on this one.
All right, here's another big game. This is the game to decide the shittiest division in NFL history. The Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. The winner of this game will go to the playoffs, even though both teams have losing records. Atlanta is 3.5-point favorites. As a bettor, I'll take Atlanta at home. Atlanta this season is undefeated against teams from the South. Unfortunately, they can't beat anybody else except for them teams in the South. I think Atlanta will continue to beat teams from the South. I'm taking Atlanta to win this game. Who you got?
I'm gonna tell you something about my home team, Atlanta, man. I'm from the area, you know what I'm saying? But one thing that bothers me about Atlanta is they get to the promised land and they drop the ball. I hope they don't fold under pressure. I'm going for Atlanta. I hope they win. That's the team I'm going for on this one. But I just hope they don't let me down. You know what I'm saying? And whatever team win, because like I said, me and my boy, Inspectah Ant, we used to stay in Charlotte. We went to Johnson C. Smith University, right down the street from the stadium. So, it's a torn cost. If Carolina win, I'm gonna be happy too. But since I'm from Georgia, home team, I'm gonna go for Atlanta. But it's something about them Falcons, man. They get all the way they get all the way done. They always let us down, but we want to see. I hope I hope Matt Ryan do his thing. Take charge and do your thing, Matt Ryan, and do your thing.
All right, man. So we running out of time here, so let's go quickly. Last 4 games on the schedule: St. Louis Rams to Seattle Seahawks. Seattle 13-point favorites. Like I said earlier, St. Louis always plays Seattle tough. If I was a bet, I'd take St. Louis plus the points. But I think Seattle's going to win this game. Who you got?
Going for Seattle.
All right, so we both agree Seattle will win and get the number 1 seed in the NFC. That's Seattle, man. They playing at the Super Bowl level. They played that last year when they won it all. All right, Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco by far the most disappointing team in the NFL. They're a team that everybody thought was going to win the Super Bowl this year. Now, the coach is probably going to get fired on Monday. Arizona playing with their third-string quarterback. They're already in the playoffs, but if they win and Seattle loses, they have a chance. But Bowden and I both think Seattle's going to win, so they're going to get their number 1 seed. Arizona's probably stuck at number 5. I'm taking San Francisco, even though they're 7-point favorites. I think San Francisco wins this game. Who you got?
Got to go for San Fran. That's hometown. That's home team right there. Bay Area.
All right. All right, now we got Oakland Raiders at the Denver Broncos. Denver 14-point favorites. Again, Denver needs to win this game to get at least a first-round bye in that number 2 seed in the AFC. Oakland, they've had a decent month. They won 3 out of the last 5 games. But I don't think Oakland has a chance against Denver, especially after that ass that Denver took on Monday night. I think Denver wins this game in a blowout.
Got to go for Oakland.
You took Oakland last week and they got the upset. Let's see if you can make it 2 for 2.
Let's go.
All right, and the last game, and this is another important game to decide the AFC North Division. We've got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cincinnati proved everybody wrong last week by winning a game on prime time for the first time. I think Pittsburgh at home, they're 3-point favorites. If I was a gambler, I'd take Pittsburgh in the points. I think Pittsburgh wins this game. I think they win the division. And they'll get the number 3 seed. And Cincinnati will drop down to number 5. Dow, who you got?
Cincinnati, it seems like they're a team that surprise everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even though I riff raff, but, sometimes I feel like, they might mess around and win it. I'm going to go for Cincinnati.
You're going to take the upset.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. They won the team that just surprised you. Like, damn, they won.
All right, man. So pretty much, man, we picked pretty much all the same teams. The difference is you're taking Jacksonville to beat Houston. I took Houston. You're taking Cincinnati to beat Pittsburgh. I took Pittsburgh. You took Cincinnati. We disagreed on Miami and New York. I'm taking Miami. You took New York, the Jets. We disagreed on Minnesota, Chicago. I'm taking Minnesota to Chicago. We disagreed on New Orleans and Tampa Bay. I think New Orleans will win. You're taking Tampa Bay. We disagreed on Detroit, Green Bay. You're taking Green Bay. I'm taking Detroit. And we disagreed on Denver, Oakland. I'm taking Denver. You're taking Oakland. So we'll see who's right, who's wrong on Monday. Plus on Monday, we'll also break down Black Monday. And a lot of coaches are going to get fired on Monday after the NFL season. So we're going to see who's going to go into the new year unemployed. And we'll break all that down for you on Monday. In the meantime, I just want to say happy holidays. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Bowden, anything last thing you want to say before we get out of here?
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
All right, man. This is an exciting weekend for the NFL. Like I said, last game of the season. We're going to find out who's in, who's not. We're going to break it all down for you on Monday. Break down the playoffs. We are out. Have a nice weekend.
Out.